Hello, today we're talking about the Richter tuned tremolo harmonica. In this picture, the harmonica on the bottom is a Suzuki. It's made in Japan. It has the typical note arrangement that most Japanese and Chinese made tremolo harmonicas have. The harmonica on the top is made in Germany, and it is Richter tuned. A lot of the German made and some of the South American made harmonicas are Richter tuned. The section of the harmonica between the two lines that's marked same, that section is the same on both of these harmonicas. You get 2 octaves of the major scale. The notes are arranged the same. If you played the same song in that section of the harmonica on either one of these harmonicas, it would sound the same, it would play the same way. Now the harmonica on the top does have an extended range. It has some higher notes out to the right there that the one on the bottom doesn't have. But in that section marked same, that you could play a whole lot of music in there exactly the same way on either of these. It would sound the same. These are both G harmonicas. The difference between these is in the first octave, the low notes on the left. Now I have these situated where the low notes are on the left, the higher notes are on the right. Most people play the harmonica with the low notes toward their left hand and the higher notes toward their right. You can turn it over. Some people do play it the other way, but this is typical. The difference is in the low notes, the first octave. The Suzuki harmonica plays a major scale on the in the first octave. The harmonica on the top does not. It has 2 chords. If you blow, you get the 1 chord. We're using Roman numerals to indicate chords. If you blow, you get the 1 chord, which in the key of G is a G chord. If this was a C harmonica and you blew on the first 3 notes, you would get a C chord. On the harmonica on the bottom, if you blow on the first 3 notes, you also get the 1 chord, a G chord. And if it was a D harmonica, you would get a D chord. Whatever the key of the harmonica is, you get the 1 chord. The harmonica on the top, if you inhale on the lower 3 or 4 notes, you will get a 5 chord, which is in the key of G is a D chord. You just count up 5 from G. G, A, B, C, D. Works the same in other keys. If you had a C harmonica, your blow chord would be a C. You would count up 5, C, D, E, F, G. Your draw chord would be a G chord. If you had a D harmonica, the blow chord on a Richter would be D, the draw chord would be an A. What happens when you do this, you wind up losing some notes out of the major scale on the low end. Here's a song played on the top harmonica that makes use of the 5 chord, the draw chord. And then here's the same song played on the bottom harmonica. I'll play it the same way the first time, and you'll hear that draw chord when I try to do a complete draw chord on there, it just doesn't sound right. It's a different chord. That draw chord just doesn't sound right. Now what I can do on this harmonica is I can just play a partial chord and it will sound okay. There, I'm just playing a partial chord on the draw chord instead of. Now on the top harmonica, if I play that, I get a better sounding complete draw chord. The difference is on the Richter tuned harmonica, I'm playing D, F sharp, A on the draw. On the Suzuki, those same three positions would be E, F sharp, A. You get the E note to complete the scale. E, F sharp, A is not a chord. D, F sharp, A is a D chord. So on the Suzuki, I just play the F sharp and the A, a partial chord. Here's an example of another song. It lands on the fifth note of the scale, and when it does that, it also uses the 5 chord. On the bottom harmonica, to get that fifth note, you have to blow and you'll get the 1 chord. This one we can draw because we have that fifth note. In this case, it's a D note. You'll notice there's a D note on the draw and a D note on the blow. There, I landed on the D note, and I actually can harmonize with it. If I play that same melody on the bottom harmonica, it'll sound like this. I have to use the blow chord, which is the wrong chord. Now, you can get away with that if you just make it a very short chord. You don't stay on it very long. I stop the chord really quick if I'm playing that bottom harmonic, but on the top one I can let that chord ring a little better. If you were playing this on a C harmonica, then the draw chord would be a G. You would see you'd have 2 G notes. You'd have a G note on the blow, which fits with the C chord. You'd have a G note on the draw, which would fit with a G chord. And so whichever note that a song would land on, you would have the option of playing either a harmony, either the 1 or the 5 harmony. Of course, by having that chord there instead of complete scale, you do lose the ability to play some melodies down there. Here's an example. I'm going to play this on the bottom harmonica, the one that has the complete scale. Here's the same song played on the Richter tuned harmonica. Well, I didn't have the right note there. It was missing, so I can't play it down there. However, we can move it up an octave. Now moving it up to the high end on this harmonica, which is a G, which is a low-pitched harmonica, it sounds pretty nice played up on the high end. Now there are many songs that would play the exact same way on either one of these harmonicas, so it wouldn't matter which one you used on many tunes. If you're wanting to add a lot of chords to your songs, you might want to use the Richter harmonica. Although the other one can use chords and partial chords, if you just want to play single note melodies, you might prefer the harmonica that has a complete major scale. Say you're playing fiddle tunes or Irish music. You'd probably want the harmonica that gave you all the notes of the major scale. But either one's a good harmonica. Thanks for listening.